But then speaking of the retaliation tactics of the colonial administration, it still continued, not only with the shootouts, not only with the shooting on innocent civilians, not only on the abductions, the mass arrest with no charges. We're also seeing it in businesses shut down for observing the lockdown only.
Yeah, a recent case in Amba reveals the retaliatory actions taken by the colonial administration using their surrogates to frustrate business owners who respected the national lockdown. Now, this testimony from a local businessman illustrates the colonial forces' systematic efforts to push Ambazonians for compliance with the lockdown, which was observed in defiance of the colonial regime. Well, several businesses in Amba have had their shops sealed since September 11th after owners decided to observe the lockdown. Despite repeated attempts by business owners to have their stores reopened, authorities have refused to grant any audience or show willingness to resolve the matter. According to businessmen, efforts to not negotiate with officials have been fruitless. Even though bribery is widely known as a common practice in such situations, in this case, however, the usual methods of offering tokens to reopen stores have been deliberately ignored. The businessman notes that several high-ranking officers at the Amba Council have been consulted, yet they continue to dribble business owners, offering vague promises while keeping the store sealed. In some instances, officers have suggested that the shops may remain locked for up to 6 months. The prolonged closure has created frustration and desperation amongst the affected business owners.
Yes, from this information we got from this victim, at the center of the extortion racket is an officer named Mohammed who is responsible for sealing the stores. He is notorious for demanding bribes in exchange for reopening businesses, with many Nigerians who are immigrated to that particular area reportedly paying him these sums of 20,000 francs CFAs to 30,000 francs CFAs to have their stores unsealed. Despite this, when Ambazonian business owners go to him to pay this bribe to have theirs also reopened, he dismisses them with a very sluggish attitude, refusing to engage with them. His selective extortion further illustrates the targeting of Ambazonian businesses as a part of a broader strategy of retaliation, like it's an instruction from a superior to not open the stores of the Ambazonian business owners. Well, this tactics of sealing stores is a clear form of punishment for the people's decision to respect the national lockdown. The colonial administration, through surrogates like Mohammed, is using this measure to undermine and frustrate those who align with the Ambazonian cause. The refusal to attend to Ambazonian businesses while selectively unsealing those who pay bribes is another example of the regime's use of intimidation and economic sabotage to maintain control over Ambazonia. The situation in Amba is a reflection of how the colonial administration employs local operatives to retaliate against the oppressed peoples of Ambazonia for their peaceful acts of resistance in respecting the national lockdown. Such tactics do not only disrupt the livelihood of business owners who are Ambazonians, but also serve as a reminder of the broader effort to silence and undermine the Ambazonian fight for freedom.